Hey guys.
All right, folks, after 2 weeks of pre recorded material because we've been to Denmark, I've been to Norway.
The Pope died.
Fuck, a lot of shit has happened.
Yeah, dude, a lot.
Not because we went to Denmark and I went to Norway. We have nothing to do with the dude's passing, but it is what it is. It happened. Shit happens sometime. So the dude was sick for a while. So, anyways, it's probably
There was actually things coming out like in March that he had already died, and they were just waiting like a month to like.
Yeah, there's always conspiracy theories.
There's always conspiracy, but I mean, you know what? To say that he died and then they're gonna do it, and then he's died like a month later, that's kind of weird, you know.
Nah, whatever. Anyhow, we're not here to talk about that shit, and I honestly couldn't give two shits about it. We're here to check out the brand new video song single from Katatonia. They have a new album coming out on Napalm Records, and Lilac is the first song Taste that they've released. Obviously, this has been out for a minute, but like I said, I was in Norway flying solo, having a bunch of fun, while this guy was here doing his exams and shit like that. So anyhow,
but listen,
this is the first chance we have to check this out.
Pass the exams, you know. So
yeah, he's graduating college. There you go.
Dude, this channel is crazy. How like the start of the channel, I was in elementary school, going into high school, and now I've graduated college.
All right,
you can really see the progression.
Yeah, well, you've grown in the eyes of the people watching. Really?
Exactly.
Really. No more frosted tips. Anyhow, let's fucking rock and roll.
Landlocked, port of freedom. The devil's own painted price, all set up to begin. Torpor, it called us in. To the dead stream, giving up the truth.
Anything else? No. All right. Since you're the resident Katatonia fan, I feel it's only appropriate that you go first.
That was a very nice ending, dude. That was a very, very nice ending, and it kind of ends off in a more peaceful and more, I guess you could say, yeah, peaceful, sorrowful. I mean, the whole song was very sorrowful in its own, and I think that has everything to do with his vocals, which again, no news to anybody, but I love his vocals, and in this song it shines even more. But yeah, the ending of the song, they're very nice and kind of like a calming end to what it was, having these like kind of proggy changes within the song.
Yeah.
What? You said that like someone who didn't enjoy yourself. You didn't like it?
Dude,
I think it was very proggy.
Very proggy.
Very proggy.
Very proggy. But proggy in a way that it was kind of dumbed down.
Yes,
So
I still enjoyed it.
So it's still approachable for, you know?
But that's kind of...
It's like when you try to Opeth, but you can't fully Opeth.
No,
so you kind of like...
no one tries to Opeth. No one, don't say that, man. If you're trying to Opeth, that's like, I don't know, man. That's like trying to fail.
I don't know about that. I mean, like, a lot of people would disagree with you. Anyways, very proggy song.
Very proggy. But the thing is, like, if you listen to enough Katatonia and if you listen to their discography, they do have a lot of songs that are proggy, not like this one at least, but have some
prog elements.
Prog elements. But this one, I feel like they delved pretty deep into the prog elements, still dumbing it down. But honestly, the prog elements weren't enough to deter me, especially because of how much I enjoy his voice.
Mm-hmm. I thought the vocal performance is probably the highlight of the song, to be honest.
I feel like for every Katatonia song...
Yeah, but you can almost say that about every Katatonia song.
You're going to say that. It definitely did help get over those proggy parts, but for me, the proggy parts weren't, like, killers in the end. They didn't kill my vibe, because I feel like the vibe was the same, and then I like how at the end they kind of strip away those proggy elements, and
that's when for me the song got better.
Well, the ending portion.
Yeah, the last third of the song to me is the best part of the song.
I know, but I think you need to have that part of the song in the beginning to really appreciate the second part of the song.
I could have done without the first part of the song. Like, listen, I'm
not a big prog guy.
I'm not a prog guy at all, at all. So for me, listening to this song was less painful than listening to anything from the last Opeth record. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you that much. That's not saying much for those that enjoy the genre and enjoy both bands, but it is what it is. It's just my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Not my favorite Katatonia song that I've ever heard in my life. Not even close to that. To me, it's a song that, because of the prog elements, never lets me completely dive into the atmosphere that the song has. And that, to me, is where the disconnect exists on this song. It's not the prog elements per se.
It's what they're stopping you from doing.
Exactly. But it's like every time the song is getting into this really deep, melancholic groove, the same way I feel about Swallow the Sun, for example, when I listen to one of their songs, it's just that those kind of tracks you need when you get to a certain point for the song to pull you deeper. Mm-hmm. And with this track, because of that, the prog elements of the song, instead of pulling you deeper into that melancholy, it would kind of like wake you up from it, and it would reset the whole vibe again.
Yeah.
So it doesn't give you a sense of consistency with the atmosphere that it's creating. So it's like it stops and goes and stops and goes. And it never really lets you become comfortable in the atmosphere that the song has. And that atmosphere becomes absolutely crystal clear in the last 1/3. And that last 1/3, you're able to completely
very calming, very beautiful.
Just give into it. Yeah. And I think this song, had it been more of that, sure, it would have perhaps not have been as heavy as it is, because it does have some heaviness. Sure, it would have perhaps been a little bit more simple. You could also make the point that if you did that way, the song would really drawn out. But it's Katatonia. Just fucking let it drawn out. So Musically, this song does not do it for me. Not that it's a bad song musically. It's just that it creates a vibe, but it never really lets that vibe completely simmer.
I think
It doesn't. It just doesn't.
I agree with you in the sense of the only times I do feel like that is certain portions where you'll hear like the riff, or you'll hear like the drums, and you'll hear it go, instead of it being like a pretty like kind of constant sound, it'll go like
Yeah, yeah.
like it'll jump.
It's like it's skipping. Like
Yeah. It's almost like you're skipping the thing.
it's like it's going from
And
one tempo to another.
And the problem with that is like and that's prog in general. The problem with that is my brain will catch that, and I won't stop thinking about it.
That's my
right?
problem as well.
So within the song, I was getting,
And that's why I'm not able to get deeply into the atmosphere.
like, I
of the
totally
song.
understand it, because within the song I was getting some of those, but I was trying to ignore them to just see if, like, when those parts would come, I would be fucked with them. Then he starts singing, then I'm on a whole new focus. So that was, I feel like that was the yin and yang of the song.
You're
for
pretty
me.
much saying what I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I would almost wish that the song had 3 moments. Start off the way it ends the way it ends, and then in the middle you can throw off all of that prog shit, and let's just all kind of like, try to catch our breath with it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if it was like that, at least we would have some more consistency to it, and you can adapt better to each part of the song. But those skips, the way you're explaining, it's exactly where my issue is with this
Because
song.
I get way too, like, I'll hear it, I'm like, fuck, okay, now
It's
all
like
I
somebody
hear...
sped up this shit.
Now
like-
all I hear is dun 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 dun.
And then it feels like it's moving backwards
It's
instead of
not
going-
in the same pattern too.
No, it's not in the same pattern as well.
It's not like dun 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 dun. It's dun 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 dun. I'm like,
And then
fuck, we're doing Morse code. We're doing Morse
like
code
it's going
here.
backwards and
Yeah.
forwards, like. So it's like I said, it's not my favorite Katatonia song, not even close to my favorite Katatonia song.
Definitely not. Yeah, same. But
It's for me, it's a difficult song to swallow. Like it's a difficult song for me to really get into, to really vibe with it, because I feel like my vibe is consistently being interrupted.
I think for me overall, I will agree with you. Not my favorite Katatonia song. I do, obviously there's way better songs out there, but I don't hate the song. I think it's still a song that I can listen to. Being that in my mind, when the vocals hit in those certain spots where I'm getting stuck, I'm able to.
The vocals kind of
leave.
smooth a little bit.
It smoothens it out, so I'm
Yeah,
able
it
to
smooths
leave
it out
into
a
the
little bit.
vocals.
And that's why
which in most prog
that's
songs,
why I totally don't hate it.
yeah, and that's why in most prog songs, I don't like them, because the vocalist won't be as good, so I'm not smoothing into the vocals, so I'm stuck just listening to this fucking drum loop that's not, like, perfect, right? So for me, not my favorite song, but I do still enjoy the song. I'm able to look past the progginess for the most part, and still enjoy the song.
Because I feel like the progginess, as far as their music is concerned, is nothing new. They've always had
They've
prog
always
elements,
had a prog
elements of their songs. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
that I feel like on this track,
They were turned up to 11 a little bit.
yeah, I kind of feel that way about it.
But
So
the end of this, like that ending portion, beautiful.
yeah, beautiful. And the vocals all around.
Yeah.
All right, guys, hit us up in the comment section. Let us know what do you think about this latest track, Lilac from Katatonia. They have a new album, like I said, coming out on Napalm Records. So go check out the dates, the pre-order links, all of that good shit on their social medias, and we'll see you all at the next video.
See ya.